get into I think you said it's called spotting or
Brain
brainstorming.
spotting.
Brainstorming,
So
thank you.
yes. So it is a type of somatic kind of therapy, if you will,
Okay.
that uses a pointer to locate a spot that your brain connects, your eyes connect your brain to whatever it is that is bothering you.
Okay.
So if you and I were brain spotting right now, I would have a pointer and I would literally find with your eye spot where
Oh,
it would need to stop.
okay.
And then we would hold that point for a while and you would just process for a while somatically. You'll
Right.
feel your body like, I don't like this feeling. This feels kind of strange.
Right.
Or it might just feel really nice. We do bilateral music while you're going through the brain spotting.
Okay.
And what the brain does is it kind of pulls up that issue, whatever that might be, whether it's a traumatic event that occurred
Right.
or something that happened. Maybe you and your wife had a fight that day and you're just like, I need to kind of figure this out. And every time, we talk about the thing that we were fighting about, my body feels it again.
Yeah.
And what your brain does is it starts to process that traumatic event
Okay.
so that it can timestamp it into the past and say, okay, that happened, but it doesn't need to affect me anymore.
Right.
Right. So let's just say we were arguing about a car payment, right? Every month this payment's due, it's $500. You need to sell this car, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And it's just like continual every time. So if you come and you do brain spotting about that thing, for instance, you could be talking about that financial issue.
Right.
And going through brain spotting, and your brain will process it. It will understand logically that you know what you need to do.
Right.
It won't impact your body every time you think about that payment every month. Right. And you'll be able to kind of timestamp that triggering reaction to that fight that you had into the past so that the next time you can approach that subject, you're not raw, you're not on emotions, right. You're not like triggering each other by the things that you're saying. Right. You're able to kind of step back a little bit and say, okay, well, we've tried it that way. That didn't work. So what are our options? Could we sell the car? Could we trade the car in? Could we look at, and you come at it at a much more, excuse me, logical way. Right. And I'm using obviously a really silly example, but there
some people go through that.
There are some things that, brain spotting actually works for money problems too. Right. So, it's a great modality that is used. It really allows your subconscious brain to kind of tap into the stuff that we don't necessarily think about cognitively on a daily basis.
Right.
And allows you to kind of go, oh, and the cool thing is with brain spotting too, is oftentimes you can connect the issue to something else that's much bigger that may have gone on before.
Right.
And you're like, oh, now I see why I'm getting triggered by this because that happened. And
right.
Then, you kind of reveal these layers as time goes on to get to the point where you process all of those things and you're like, okay, I'm good.
See, and what I love about everything you just said, I know for a fact people out there aren't doing that on their own.
Of course.
So, and you're not cognizant of that's what's going on.
Not at all.
So why not have a